This week we're talking about the cooperative games of 1984. But first, let's see what else was happening in the world of gaming in 1984. In arcades, we saw Paperboy, 1942, Punch-Out!, and Karate Champ. On the NES, we saw Duck Hunt, Hogan's Alley, and Excitebike. The adventure game King's Quest was released on a number of home computers. Now let's take a look at some of the co-op games. War Games on the Colecovision, released in 1984, delivers a strategic experience based on the 1983 movie. Players assume the role of the United States defense against the threats from the USSR. The game's turn-based strategy gameplay involves selecting and executing defensive strikes while managing DEFCON levels. The graphics and audio effectively capture the tension of the era, but the complexity of managing multiple attacks simultaneously can be overwhelming. Additionally, the cooperative team mode allows players to work together, enhancing the strategic element. While War Games successfully adapts its source material into a strategy game, its demanding gameplay and cooperative mode may appeal more to dedicated strategy enthusiasts and those seeking a collaborative experience on the Colecovision. This is one of the few co-op games on Colecovision, so for that reason, check it out. Balloon Fight clearly drew inspiration from Joust. Players control men with helmets and overalls, flapping their arms with attached balloons to engage in sky battles against foes. The goal is to pop their balloons while avoiding the same fate. The controls are just like Joust. A two-player mode allows cooperative or competitive play. An extra mode, Balloon Trip, offers survival challenges. While echoing Joust, Balloon Fight adds unique elements, making it a worthy addition to the NES. Cluclu Land for the NES, one of the launch titles, offers a twist on the Pac-Man formula. With its maze navigation mechanics, players control Bubbles, a fish-like character who must reveal all the gold in each level while avoiding enemies. The gameplay's unique element is Bubbles' ability to grip, post, and swing through the maze, which adds a strategic layer to the classic formula. However, the controls can be a bit challenging to master, and the game's repetitive nature might not hold everyone's interest. Despite its innovative mechanics, Cluclu Land may not stand out as strongly among the NES library's other offerings. Devil World was released exclusively on the Famicom in Japan. Created by Shigeru Miyamoto, it brings an intriguing mix of maze-based gameplay and religious imagery. As a player-controlled dragon, Tamagon, you navigate a series of intricate mazes while avoiding enemies and collecting crosses to defeat demons and open gates. The unique mechanic here is the scrolling maze itself, which adds a layer of complexity. The game's religious themes like crosses and devils made it challenging for a Western release due to potential controversies. While Devil World offers engaging gameplay, its intricate design and cultural context might not resonate with all players, limiting its appeal in the broader NES library. Devil World is one of the early Nintendo games on home consoles, and it honestly controls really well, and it's a really fun co-op game. It's a shame that it was only released in Japan. Ice Climber in the arcade presents a fun and chilly vertical platforming experience. Players control Nana and Popo as they ascend through various icy levels, breaking blocks and defeating enemies to reach the summit. The game's charming visuals and catchy music add to the appeal, creating an enjoyable arcade atmosphere. While the controls can be a bit slippery at times, cooperative multiplayer option enhances the fun. Ice Climber offers a straightforward yet engaging gameplay loop, making it a worthy choice for fans of classic arcade action looking for a frosty challenge. Kung Fu Heroes, also on the NES, offers a fast-paced and enjoyable beat-em-up experience. Players control Jackie and Lee as they traverse levels filled with waves of enemies, using punches and kicks to clear their path. The game's simplicity is both its strength and its weakness. The straightforward controls make it easy to pick up, but the repetitive nature of the gameplay can become monotonous over time. The lack of variety in enemy types and environments limits its overall appeal. However, the cooperative multiplayer option adds a layer of fun, allowing players to team up against the hordes of foes. Kung Fu Heroes is an entertaining title for quick bursts of action, This is one of the first co-op games that I played on the NES. I put in a fair amount of time here, and it's still a game that I enjoy. Bruce Lee for the Commodore 64 delivers a dynamic martial arts experience that captures the essence of the legendary martial artist. Players control Bruce Lee as he navigates through intricate platforming levels, battling foes and collecting lanterns. The game's fluid animations and authentic sound effects add to the immersion, making each encounter a satisfying showdown. While the difficulty curve can be steep, mastering Bruce Lee's moves and timing provides a rewarding sense of accomplishment. With its engaging gameplay and homage to the martial arts icon, Bruce Lee stands out as a solid platformer on the Commodore 64, and it's made even better when you play it in co-op. The Three Stooges arcade game from 1984 translates the comedic antics of Larry, Moe, and Curly into interactive entertainment. Players tackle a series of mini-games ranging from pie-throwing contests to juggling routines, all with a time management twist. The game's pixelated graphics and sound effects capture the slapstick humor of the iconic trio. While the mini-games offer amusing diversions, the repetitive nature and limited variety might wear thin quickly for some players. But overall, The Three Stooges provides a lighthearted experience that offers nostalgic charm, but its longevity may depend on the player's appetite for its particular brand of humor and gameplay mechanics. Sonson, the arcade classic from 1984, takes players on a whimsical journey through ancient China in this side-scrolling action game. As the monkey hero Sonson, you battle through forests, temples, and caves, fending off a variety of mythical creatures and foes. The game's colorful visuals and vibrant characters create an engaging atmosphere, and the ability to climb vertical levels adds a unique layer to the platforming gameplay. While the action can feel somewhat repetitive due to limited enemy types, the fast-paced nature and power-up items keep the excitement alive. I think this is a really solid arcade experience for the time. And of course, it's co-op as well. Sonson brings an energetic arcade experience with a dash of Asian folklore, making it a memorable addition to the 1980s landscape. Castles of Dr. Creep on the Commodore 64 offers a quirky and creative platforming experience. Players navigate a series of interconnected castles filled with traps, puzzles, and secrets. The game's level editor adds a unique twist, allowing players to design their own challenges. The pixelated graphics and chiptune music contribute to the nostalgic charm. While the controls can be a bit challenging to master, the sense of accomplishment and overcoming each castle's intricacies keeps players engaged. Castles of Dr. Creep provides a mix of exploration and brain-teasing puzzles, making it a noteworthy entry in the Commodore 64 library for those seeking a dose of retro challenge. Two Tigers, the arcade game released in 1984, serves up an intense vertical scrolling shooter experience. Players control helicopters that take on enemy aircraft and fortified bases. The game's fast-paced action and varied enemy types keep the adrenaline pumping, while the power-up system adds a strategic layer. Although the graphics may appear dated by today's standards, the game's relentless pace and challenging levels provide an engaging gameplay loop. Two Tigers offers an arcade classic that captures the era's intense shooter gameplay, making it a solid choice for fans of retro action titles. Blockade Runner on the Colecovision offers an ambitious shooter experience. Players navigate a vast scrolling battlefield, engaging in intense dogfights against enemy ships and obstacles. The game's expansive scope and scrolling mechanics were impressive for its time, providing a sense of scale rarely seen on the platform. It has a somewhat pseudo 3D graphic style. However, the controls and hit detection can be frustrating at times. Despite its technical achievements, Blockade Runner struggles to fully capitalize on its potential due to control issues, making it a mixed bag for fans of early space shooters on the Colecovision, but at least you could play it in co-op. Realm of Impossibility on Commodore 64 is a unique blend of adventure and miscellaneous genres. It propels players and an optional partner through 13 dungeons in pursuit of the 7 crowns of the Middle Kingdom. With a minimalist plot, the game prioritizes its distinctive gameplay, challenging participants to swiftly navigate screens, collect magic scrolls, and contend with relentless monsters. Spells and crosses provide temporary defense, lasting only seconds, intensifying the game's frenetic pace. Cooperative play allows
survival of a fallen partner by walking over them, adding a strategic dimension. The enduring appeal of its gameplay established Realm of Impossibility as a standout 1984 release, with well-planned levels, ingenious design, and cooperative elements, contributing to its timeless charm.
What are some other co-op games from 1984? And if you enjoyed this video, tune in next week where we talk about the co-op games from 1985. And be sure to watch the video from last week, 1983. Thank you for watching.